if somebody says I don't know my role, that means that they don't like the role, right? I'm saying it shouldn't even come to that. Before you don't know your role, I'm in charge. I'm going to tell you what your role is. So you don't even have to worry about not knowing your role. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's like whenever teams now, they're trying to shoot layups or shoot the three, right? If anybody on any certain team decides, you know what, I'm going to shoot mid-range jump shots, okay? Let's just take the Houston Rockets, for example. Who shoots mid-range jump shots on the Rockets?
Russ,
right? Okay, great. Russ is the player that can do that. His role, shoot that fucking mid-range jump shot. Now, when Ben McLemore decides to shoot mid-range jump shots, he may get in trouble. That's not your role. But I think they have that figured out, so it's okay. They make that work.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't have to question if, coach, can I shoot? I don't know if I can shoot. Nah, you be you. You be the player that you be. I'm saying, like, if you don't know your role, yeah, you probably don't like your role. But if you know it and you don't like it, that's your fault.
Correct.
And
you have to be willing to embrace and star in your own role.
Exactly.
Well, I guess my point was, not my point, but I guess my observation will be that it's not on every team that you know your role, because there's not that delineation, or the coach doesn't say it, or the best player doesn't say it, or the culture doesn't sort of adhere to that.
That's true.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a young guy.
And I was going to say, if you're a young guy, that shit's going to be hard.
You're trying to figure it out.
That shit's going to be hard.
Was it like that with the Clippers?
I was telling someone this the other day. Doc would, at some point in preseason, not necessarily like the first day of camp, but at some point in preseason, we would start practice and we'd come in for the 1, 2, 3 together at the jump circle, and he would stop it and he would just say, "I'm going to tell you your roles today." And he'd go around the room, and sometimes you didn't like what you heard or whatever. And my last year, so the year before was Steph's unanimous MVP, and I had led the league in 3-point shooting that year. So going into the next year, we're in preseason, and he's going through his role, and obviously, he's like, "Chris, you're the lead ball handler, you're a playmaker, you're a defender, whatever." He goes through everybody. He gets to me, and he's like, "JJ, you're one of our shooters." And I don't know why, but it bothers me so much that he said that. I'm like, one of our shooters, man. I'm fucking the shooter guy. I don't know why that bothers me so much.
I'm a fucking alpha goddamn shooter.
I'm a really good player.
No, wow.
No, but Doc was great with that.
No, yeah.
Stan was great with that. Those two guys, at least in my experience in the NBA, those were the two best with that.
Yeah.
You knew exactly what you were supposed to do. Like, Stan, you knew exactly what you're supposed to do. And you stayed within that. And if you started within that, maybe that next year you might get a little bit more. Yeah. But it was like a gradual build. Yeah, for sure. Because it was like, if you do your role and he does his role and he does his role, we have a chance to win. Yeah. And that's all that fucking matters.
Man, do y'all remember strength shoes? Those are the shoes that had the block on the toes that's supposed to help you jump higher. Man, I had some of those. Those were going to be my key to me jumping from the free throw line, was those strength shoes. Man, I got those shoes. I think I wore them for I did the exercises for 2 weeks and stopped after that. But I mean, they had some really good plyometric drills and stuff like that. But you guys remember strength shoes? If not, I'll put a video. A picture up of them or something. But if you from my era, you definitely know about the strength shoes. They were all the rage, supposed to get your vertical up. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. What up, though? My name is Kevin Melson with Beyond Your Limits. In this video, we got JJ Redick and Jimmy Butler talking about knowing your role on a team. And man, all of the best teams that I've been on, everyone had clearly defined roles. I mean, everybody knew exactly what they were supposed to do during the game. And that was those were the absolute best teams I were on. Every team that I won a championship on, every team that I was on that was very good, everybody had clearly defined roles of what they were supposed to be doing every night when they was on that court. And on the best teams that I was on, everybody did their role to the best of their abilities. And that's one thing that every great team that I was on had in common. was clearly defined roles. And like Jimmy Butler and and JJ Redick was saying that if you don't know your role, it's probably because you don't like it. And so, but don't get into the, just because this is your role right now, this will always be your role. I mean, I've been on teams where people's role have changed dramatically. I mean, but you have to prove it. What you want to do is, you don't want to prove it in the game. So say your role is to rebound, but you want to be a scorer. So what you do is you start scoring and you try to do that in practice. So you want to show the coach that you can score. You know, you in practice, you little by little, you show the coach that you're a good scorer. But when the game comes, you rebound and rebound and rebound until coach give you the okay that it's okay for you to go and create your own shot or be the scorer or whatever you want your role to be. If you want to be the shooter, you have to put in that work, and not only just, you know, show them in practice during practice. You need to be showing up before practice. If you want to be the shooter on the team, but that's not your role right now, you need to be showing up before practice shooting. You need to stay after shooting. Once the coach see that, I mean, he'll know that you put in the work, and he'll be more comfortable letting you be one of the shooters on the team. And so you just want to make sure that you put in that work, and you want to show the coach in practice, before and after practice as well, that your role can change. So don't get, you know, too down that your role might be, whatever your role is something that you don't want to do. You know, that's how you get your time on the court. So if your role is to be a rebounder, this is also a key to getting more playing time. So maybe you're coming off the bench or something like that, and your role is to rebound. If that's your role, all you have to do is be the best rebounder on the team. I mean, there's probably only, you know, 3 or 4 people at most that their job is to rebound. If you can rebound better than those 3 or 4 people, then you're going to get the most playing time. And so you just need to be the best on your team at your role, and that'll increase your playing time. And if you want to expand your role to other things, you got to show the coach that you're putting in that work. And once the coach sees you putting in that work before and after practice, and, you know, showing a little bit during practice, he'll be more comfortable letting you do those things in the game. All right, so make sure you guys know your role. Make sure you play your role to the best of your ability. If you want to expand your role, you got to put in that work before and after practice. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure you hit that link in the description, hit that link in the bio. You know, cop that free course that we have for you guys, teaching you how to attack the basket and how to read the defense. It'll do wonders for your game, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.